Hello, everybody. This is the very first episode of All In with Aidan Bennion, where we talk everything sports. Today, coming up, we have my reaction to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. We got the Pacers versus the Thunder. Just give me 1 second. I'm just pulling up the box score here so I could look. I did watch the full game. Just want to make sure that I'm able to give you the fair shake of it. All right. First things first, the main topic of this is why the Oklahoma City Thunder winning is actually bad for the NBA. It is not good, rather than what people say. Okay? So that's going to be the storyline here. Just give you a quick recap. Obviously, a tragedy struck when Tyrese Halliburton went down in the first quarter, like halfway through the first quarter, if I recall. Was having a great game, hit three pointers, 9 points. He was on a mission. Usually, Halliburton likes to distribute the ball, get other people going at least early in the game before he starts getting to the what the Halliburton moments, what the helly moments, right? That was not the case. He wanted to go out there and score, and every time he hit a three. He let the crowd know. If you look at that, the last three he hit, he turned to the crowd. He let them hear it. Obviously, it didn't go his way at the end, but there's no way he could have known that. So the rest of the game, leading scorer for the game was Benedict Mathurin, 24 points, 3 assists, 13 rebounds on 33 minutes. Talk about a performance from a young player who just refused to give up. Now, you may look at some of his stats because he was obviously in late in the fourth once they already pulled all their guys out, but that was only like the last 2 minutes or so. Just phenomenal effort by a young upcoming player. You almost wonder why he wasn't in the playoff rotation a lot of times. There wasn't, I guess, enough play time to go around, which I find absurd. I don't know why Ben Shepherd keeps getting all these minutes during the course of the playoffs. He does nothing, man. I just don't understand it. And then, of course, you got Pascal Siakam. A bit of a quieter game from Siakam this game. He was playing well all series, obviously, only 16 points. In this game, you look at the Thunder side. You obviously led by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists. J-Dub started off slow, and the second half really picked it up, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Chet Holmgren, 18 and 8. But the big story with Chet was his phenomenal defense. Had the most blocks ever in a Game 7. I have to double check. It's either most blocks ever in a Game 7 playoff game or Game 7 finals game. Nonetheless, very impressive. The Pacers couldn't get anything going at the rim, largely because of that. And then you had Caruso with 10 points, Cason Wallace with 10 points. Cason Wallace, by the way, hell of a player, man. I just got to say his defense always hit the big three to either spark the run or keep the run going for the Thunder. I think he's phenomenal. Yeah, so let's get to it, man. Why the Thunder winning is not good for the NBA Finals. Obviously, you heard of, up until this point, Shea being a free throw merchant and all that, but it's not just Shea. You look at the rest of the team. You look at Jalen Williams. You look at Lou Dort, especially Caruso. These guys do not shoot the ball a lot of times when they're going to the rack with the intention to make it. Their intention is to shoot free throws. I cannot tell you how many times Lou Dort shot a three and then fell over right away and then looked at the ref stunned as if, what are we doing here? How many times that early call in the first quarter where you knew that this was the type of game it was going to be, where Shea went to the rim. I'm going to play the clip so you guys can see. Insert clip right here. Shea goes, no contact whatsoever, throws it up and then misses the shot and then falls back. And the referees, of course, wait to see if the shot goes in or not to call it. And they're like, oh, the MVP's on the ground. Oh, he missed it. Foul. Like it's so ridiculous, man. Like, and I'm from Canada. I know. I grew up 25 minutes away from where Shea Gilgeous-Alexander grew up. I know the people he knows. I've seen him. I've seen him play. I know some of his former teammates. Like I played basketball with them. I couldn't come from a more like unbiased standpoint where this is not good for the NBA. This is not good for the league. This is not good for the youth, man. Like they don't go up with the intention of scoring. Like, and I know it's crazy to say because he had 29 points, but like, dude, like, and he may have not even shot that many free throws this game, like this one game alone. But like, if you look at the intention that they drive to the basket, even shooting with his mid range, like he falls over every time. You're 6'7". Nobody should fall over as much as you do. Lou Dort, he's a unit. He's built like a running back. He is not knocked over that easily every time. And then you make the argument, oh, he landed in his landing space. Dude, no, he didn't. Look at the clip, man. Lou Dort, Shea Gilgeous, even Jalen Williams at times, like, because it rubs off on them. They land in the opponent's landing space. When you're contesting a guy, when you go out to close out and you come straight down and he lands on you, not the other way around, not the defender landing on the offensive player landing on the defender. That is not the defender's fault. Like, what are you supposed to do? If you don't contest it, they're gonna make it. If you don't, if you don't close out properly with enough force, they're gonna blow right by you. So what do? You go and you contest properly, straight up, and then the dude lands on you, and then they call a foul. But more importantly, they wait to see if the shot goes in or not. And more often than not, the shot doesn't go in, and then they call the foul. Like, it's so egregious. Like, the one play you guys just saw, like, from the first quarter, I knew that that's what this type of game was going to be like, man. Like, you shoot it, Shea goes up, vertical, not even contact on the lower body. And then he throws it up, misses, lands, of course, so like this, so with his hands up, back on the ground. Nobody, and then the play's about to start. The Pacers are about to take off, and then whistle. Like, that's when you knew that this was going to be that type of game, okay? Steering more to the Pacers side now. Rick Carlisle, phenomenal coach. Obviously, phenomenal coach. Had the championship run with the Mavericks. And not just championship run, won a lot of series with the Mavericks. Has done a phenomenal job with these Pacers. Even going back to last year, like the first really year of the Siakam, Halliburton experiment, got them all the way to the conference finals, and then obviously lost to the NBA champion Boston Celtics there. I don't think anyone could have blamed them for that. And then obviously this year gets tremendous credit for, obviously Dame went down in that Milwaukee series, but in the first round. But that's no easy task to beat that Milwaukee team with Giannis playing the way Giannis does. That's no easy task. They got it done there. They beat the Cavs, and it was 5 games. 5 games, yeah, 5 games. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 5 games. The overwhelming favorites, the Cleveland Cavaliers, which I knew they were frauds from the beginning because Donovan's just not that guy in the play. And Donovan has not showed us that he's that guy in the postseason just yet. Wiped them out in 5 games, easy. The number 1 team in the East, easy. And then obviously the conference finals with the Knicks, that was a bit of a battle there. I bet everyone thought New York was going to win that series. I still knew that. Okay, I didn't know, but I predicted the Pacers to win that series, and they obviously did. Just because I thought they were the deeper team, obviously with Thibodeau running a tight 7-man, sometimes 6-man rotation in the playoffs. that may have worked in the early 2000s and even 2010s, but that, like, the way the pace is nowadays in the NBA, like, if you look, I just saw this thing from Jalen Williams, Jay Williams, sorry, the ESPN analyst, former player for the Bulls. He said that the league is playing at a record pace right now. There's a record 109 possessions per game, really the fastest it's ever been. You cannot expect 6, 7, even 8 guys to win you these type of games over the course of a long series like that. Just the way the pace is right now, it's just not realistic. So I do agree with the Tom Thibodeau firing. His rotations were very questionable. Why are you playing Mitchell Robinson over Josh Hart? It just doesn't. Why did you start him over Josh Hart? Yeah, maybe you would have had more contribution off the bench, but Mitchell Robinson is, in my opinion, just a waste of space. Anyways, we're gonna get sidetracked here, but so they beat the Knicks and then pushed the number 1 team in the NBA, the Thunder, all the way to 7 games. I don't think anybody expected it to be as tight as it was. So Rick Carlisle gets all the credit in the world for that. But man, TJ McConnell, yes, TJ McConnell was turning the ball over like crazy. I was yelling at my TV, man. Like, what? Like a seasoned veteran like TJ McConnell, he really doesn't turn the ball over like that. That's really uncharacteristic of him. At the same time, Halliburton was out, so he obviously had a lot more of the ball carrying responsibilities. So with that's gonna come turnovers. But like, how many turnovers? And some of these turnovers were just outrageous, man. Let me see exactly how many turnovers he had. One sec. TJ McConnell. Turnovers. Game 7. 7 turnovers, bro. In just 28 minutes. So this is when I'm going to criticize Rick Carlisle a little bit here. TJ McConnell brought you, when you guys were down, like obviously it was a really close game first half. Second half, the Thunder were pulling away. They were pulling away. They were up by like 20-something. TJ McConnell was the only one keeping you in that game. There was a stat, I forget what the stat was. He was the only pacer to score since 8 minutes through the third quarter all the way till like sometime in the fourth, and you had him out. Like, yeah, you played him that third quarter, and then you didn't bring him. Like, I get it, he was turning the ball over, I get it. You took him out, and then you guys never really, there was no sense of any comeback once you took him out. And not that I expect TJ McConnell to bring you back, because he's not Halliburton, but he was the only one giving you anything. You brought him back with like 5 minutes in the fourth, 6, 7 minutes in the fourth. What are you doing? Ben Shepherd, dude, this guy is so ridiculous. Like, he shot that 1-3 that just boinged off of the side of the rim, and I'm just like, I knew the second he shot it, I was like, this is not going to be good. And then, like, who else was there? Siakam was struggling because he couldn't get anything going at the rim. That's his game. Obviously, he's really developed his shooting game over the years, but he wants to get to the rim. And obviously he couldn't get to the rim because Chet was there with a lid on the basket. Nobody was scoring when Chet was there. Dude, this guy Tony Bradley, complete waste of space as well. He had like 5 fouls in like 5 minutes. It was absurd. So much so that they went with Thomas Bryant, which I don't blame Thomas Bryant for this. They put on Thomas Bryant 10 seconds into when he checked in. He shoots a 3 at the top. Like, dude, you have to know time and place, okay? Game 7 NBA Finals, you have not been you have not been playing consistent minutes. You think you're going to come in cold as hell and just shoot the first 3 that you get? I get it. You're trying to like make a name for, I scored a basket in the NBA Finals. Like, dude, it's just not. And I get he was open. He's probably a decent shooter. That's just not the shot, okay? It's not the shot. They put Thomas Bryant in. Like, more Obi Toppin minutes, please. How many minutes did Obi Toppin play? Oh, look at this. First thing I found, Obi Toppin assigns blame for Pacers crushing Game 7 loss. Yeah, I'd be pissed. Oh, and this other thing about Rick Carlisle while I try and find the box score. Yahoo Sports, Game 7, NBA Finals, box score. I don't know if you guys saw Rick Carlisle's post-game speech afterwards. He said the only thing on my... I'm going to play you guys the clip. He said the only thing on my mind right now is that the Thunder had their championship buses, like their double-decker open roof, like championship buses that said 2025 NBA champions on it, like 2 seconds after the game was over. That's the point. Okay? I'm sure the Pacers back home had all that stuff prepared too. If you look, I did find it kind of wild, not the buses, but literally the second that the Thunder won and they went right to commercial, but before the whole trophy presentation, it was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander championship commercials, buy the championship T-shirt, the gear, like that was a bit wild, but that's the point, man. So you saying that the only thing on your mind was that after a Game 7 loss? No. No. What about playing Obi Toppin 21 fucking minutes? I get that he didn't have a great game. He was, is this that right? Yeah, he was 0 for 4. He was 0 for 4 field goal. Fine. He had been playing great up until that point. TJ McConnell, 8 of 13, 7 turnovers. I get it. How many minutes? Mathurin played 33. Finally played a good amount of minutes. Should have been playing him more throughout the playoffs and the finals. I just don't get it. Yeah, they put Thomas Bryant in for that 1 3-pointer. Ben Shepherd, 16 minutes. For what? For what? Oh, for 1 field. Oh, he's a defender. No, he's not. They were getting whatever they wanted at the rim. I know, I get that I'm yelling. I'm just mad that now this is so bad for the NBA because they've laid out the blueprint. Yeah, the Thunder were a great team. Yes, they had the deeper team. Were they the better team going into the series? Absolutely. But just the way they play pisses me off. Not looking to actually score. Looking for the refs to bail them out. And yes, it starts with Shea. I don't think he's as big of a free throw merchant as people give him shit for, but I understand it, man. James Johnson, DNP coach's decision, like I get it. He got kicked out of that last game, but when you're down by 20, 25 like you were at one point, why not change it up? Why not see if you can get something going? Throw in James Johnson for a minute or two. Start a fight with someone. Get people going. You gotta try something at some. It's Game 7. What do you have to lose? It's Game 7. Get James Johnson out there to throw a couple haymakers and get your team riled up. Maybe throw the Thunder off of their course. Maybe see if you can get Chet kicked out of the game for fighting James Johnson back. Get Hardenstein kicked out. Lou Dort kicked. See if you can get something, man. Rick Carlisle's a great coach, but I just felt like he didn't go deep into his bag enough in this series. He just didn't. Like, even when they were getting blown out in previous games was it Game 5 in Oklahoma? Game 5 in Oklahoma, that wasn't a close game. Why not throw James Johnson in there? Fight someone for 2 minutes. Get like one of their key players thrown out. Even get Case and Wallace thrown out, who I think was great this whole run. And this is my other. This is gonna be a hot topic. Hey, you guys are gonna want to hear this. Alex Caruso. Is he a good defender? Yes. Is he worth the money they're paying him? $100 million over the next 4 years, $25 million a year, or 5 years, whatever it is, $25 million a year? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think Chicago won that trade, the Josh Giddey trade. Obviously, there was the whole controversy around Josh Giddey. Obviously, I think he was proven innocent now. I think we know that now. That's not even gonna wanna. That's not even what I want to talk about. I'm just gonna simply compare Alex Caruso's season stats to Josh Giddey's season stats. They're pretty appalling. Let's see this. Alex Caruso averaged 7 points this year. Josh Giddey averaged 14, double. Rebounds per game, Alex Caruso 3, Josh Giddey 7.5. You can round that up to 8, pretty much. Alex Caruso 3 assists again, not even 3, 2.8. Josh Giddey 6 assists, double. So he has double. He averages double the amount of points, double the amount of assists. More than double the amount of rebounds. I don't know if I said that. 2.9. We'll give that 3 to Josh Giddey's 7.5. He doubles his stats in every category. Now, are you going to argue that Caruso may be more impactful in the playoffs to a championship team? Maybe so. Maybe so. But Josh Giddey hasn't been given that chance. So how can you really know? How can you really know? Percentages, field goal percentage, Josh Giddey 46, Alex Caruso 44. 3-point percentage, Alex Caruso has a higher 3-point percentage by about 3%. But yeah, man, like, it's not justifiable. It's really not. It's really not. Now I want to do this quick exercise. I want to compare Alex Caruso's contract to players that are getting paid the same amount as him. So let's do this exercise really quick. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's here somewhere. Where is he? I'm great. Where is he? Hold on. All right, so he's only making $10 million a year right now, but he signed an extension. Okay, he signed so that's what we're gonna go based off of. Yeah, he signed a 4-year, $80 million extension, so $20 million a year. Okay. 2046. Yeah. So let's see what other players make about $20 million a year. Okay, and let's compare them to Alex Caruso. Not teams. Just bear with me. We're almost there. All right, so these are players in that price range. All right, right off the bat, you got DeAndre Hunter, prolific 3-and-D player. He doesn't compare to Alex Caruso. And if you look at a little bit higher, $22 million a year, it's only $2 million more a year. You got Jaden McDaniels here, a phenomenal defender. Took a really big leap this year on offense as well. You got Aaron Gordon making $22 million a year. He's miles above Alex Caruso. You got Nikola Vucevic, dude, double machine. I get it, empty stats mainly for the most part. But if you just compare players, way better. Jared Allen, way better. Derek White, way better. Jakob Poeltl, once again, you could use the empty stat on a bad team argument, whatever. Still a way better player. Norman Powell, dude, who should have been an all-star this year, $19.2 million. Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on. Let's see if I can get one more good example here. One more good example. You got Danny Avdija, triple-double machine on Portland, making 15. And that's not even his rookie contract. He signed another extension. 15, and then it gets down. It gets less every year. That's interesting. 15, 14, 13, 11. Interesting. You get my point. He's not in the same stratosphere as those type of players. Not even in the same stratosphere. So yeah, that's my main takeaways. I think obviously the Thunder are poised for success for the upcoming years, but they're gonna have to make some decisions. I really think they should trade Alex Caruso. There's just no need. You want to keep the big three together at all costs, which is Chet, SGA, J Dub. In order to make that happen, you probably can't keep Hartenstein. You probably can't keep Caruso for the long term unless they're willing to take significant pay cuts. But there'll be plenty of teams trying to make playoff pushes that want solid playoff guys like that. They could probably earn more elsewhere, which I don't know who's paying that for Alex Caruso, or Hartenstein for that matter. But there will be a stupid team like that will. There will be. That's my main takeaways. You should definitely try and keep Cason Wallace as well. I think he's phenomenal. All right, so that's my main takeaways. Final topic for today. Houston Rockets landing Kevin Durant. Winner and loser. The loser is the Phoenix Suns, man. Like, all the draft picks that they gave, all the players they gave up, man. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, plus picks to get them you traded them away for Kevin Durant. It may have looked good on paper, bringing KD, pairing him up with Booker and Beal. They barely played any games together. When they did, I mean, Kevin Durant obviously is a phenomenal, efficient scorer. His defense is just not there anymore. Not even close. He's getting up there in age, man. Biggest losers is Phoenix. I don't know. Jalen Green along Devin Booker. That's a terrible backcourt, man. Terrible, in my opinion. They're both score. I get it. Devin Booker has taken strides in being more a playmaker and a defense guy. I get it, but he wants to score the ball. That's where he's best at. They just fired their coach, Budenholzer, which was the big pass-first guy. He came into Milwaukee and tried to and really implemented the system to get Giannis off the ball. I don't know why they fired him, to be honest with you. I think it was ridiculous. I think if he would have... This is now their, third coach in, 3 years. Is it not? It is. They went from Vogel to Budenholzer to this guy, which this guy hasn't even been a head coach before. I don't know what Phoenix is doing, man. The only thing that sucks for Houston that I do like for Phoenix is that they got Dylan Brooks. I think that's and they got the number 10 pick, which is nothing to shy away at. I think that's a great pickup for them. I think that's great that they got the number 10 pick from them. Jalen Green and Devin Booker is not a good duo. It's not. I get it. They weren't going to get Thompson because Houston made it clear that Thompson was untouchable, which, thank God, man. They should not get rid of that kid. That kid is phenomenal, especially not for a washed-up Kevin Durant. So let's talk about this more from Kevin Durant's perspective. He's completed the rainbow. He's done it. Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, Phoenix Suns, Houston Rockets. He's just bouncing now, man. He's becoming the journeyman now, which is sad to see because of the phenomenal player he is. He's not going to go down as a top 10 player in history. He's not going to go down as top 15. I don't even think you can make the top 20 argument for him. If you look at the individual talent and the player he was at his prime, whether you argue that prime was Golden State, Brooklyn, OKC, whatever prime you want to argue, he's arguably the most complete player in NBA history. 7 feet tall, 6'9" is ridiculous. Nobody believes that. You know, you have the infamous pick with him and DeMarcus Cousins, who's 6'11". Kevin Durant was taller than him. I'm gonna input that image in here as well. Um, it's so ridiculous, man. 7 foot, could dribble, shoot off the dribble, shoot, catch, and shoot. Really good defender in his prime. Tremendous athlete. What else more could you ask from him? Maybe a bit more of a playmaker, but he attracted so much attention that when he would pass the ball, guys would be open. Kyrie would be open, Curry would be open, even D-Book would be open playing with him. Um, yeah, he's arguably one of the most complete players game wise in NBA history, but legacy wise, is anybody even gonna retire his number? I don't know. His best hopes is OKC because he did get them to a finals alongside of a young James Harden and a young Russell Westbrook, but like I don't know if he spent enough time there. He's definitely, is he gonna get his jersey retired by Golden State? Maybe so. I don't think he's gonna get it retired by Brooklyn. Certainly not by Phoenix. Definitely, I doubt he's gonna get it retired by Houston unless he stays there for a couple years. It finishes out his career with Houston, wins them at least one championship. I think that's what it's gonna take. If you look at their team now, in terms of depth chart, you got Fred VanVleet, Thompson, KD, Jabari Smith Jr. and Steven Adams. That's a solid team. That's a solid team right there. But just uh, going back to like Kevin Durant, like it's sad to see him become this journeyman, like bouncing from team to team. Yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts. This is the first episode of All In with Aidan Benyon, here live from Green Bay, Wisconsin, the home of the Phoenix. We'll catch you next time. I'm Aidan Benyon.